All right, this is something that has pretty much it's been circulating on the web as of late. And honestly, I think that it's not surprising that this happened, but it's also a shame that it did. But apparently the developer for Wolf Among Us 2 Telltale Games have laid off some of its employees and pretty much it's something that I think came as a surprise to a lot of people. But the thing is, we were told that during like the early part of September, that's when the layoffs for Telltale Games occurred. And the thing is, like everybody knows that Telltale Games, like within the past couple of years, they went through a lot. It was at a point where like pretty much they ended up having to go defunct back in late 2018, and then like after that happened, they basically filed for an assignment, so they were forced to shut down and sell their assets, and they had been acquired by LCG Entertainment Inc., which I believe owns like the license and the IP for the Telltale Games and all that stuff. So pretty much like the Telltale Games that's working on Wolf Among Us 2 is different than the original one because it's really LCG Entertainment Inc. and they're using the trade name Telltale Games. So so yeah, pretty much like they're going to be responsible for Wolf Among Us 2 along with Ad Hoc Studio. They're also going to be the publisher along with Athlon Games. And pretty much the Wolf Among Us 2 is supposed to be utilizing the Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be on multiple platforms, including last gen platforms like the PS4 and Xbox One. It's also going to be on the PS5, Xbox Series X, and Windows. So it's going to be utilizing the Unreal Engine 5. And this is a graphic adventure game, and even though the genre is not really popular or anything like that, the first Wolf Among Us game from 2013 was really popular, and I think it did over like 1 mil on Steam. And like based on what we know about Wolf Among Us 2, it seems like Bigby Wolf might be returning because I believe I saw him on one of the posters for the game, and I'm pretty sure like we're gonna have similar gameplay to what we got in Wolf Among Us 1, but it's going to be more enhanced considering the fact that this game is going to be utilizing the Unreal Engine 5. One of the things about the Wolf Among Us 2 is that we don't have an official release date for it. The current release date is supposed to be sometime in 2024. And the thing is, like, I think this game was supposed to come out this year in 2023, but I think the layoffs and all the other stuff that's been going on, like recently in the economy, has negatively affected the overall like development of the game itself. And now it's at a point where it seems like Telltale Games was not able to reach their intended like release date for or their original release date for this game. And and I think some people are actually somewhat surprised that Wolf Among Us 2 is still happening because some people thought that would probably just get canceled altogether. And apparently that's not the case. We still are waiting to learn more details about the game because I don't think like the plot for Wolf Among Us 2 has even been revealed yet, at least not to my knowledge. And the thing that sucks the most about these layoffs, considering Telltale Games, is like a lot of the people who got laid off, I believe, signed NDA, so they can't really talk about anything in terms of like how they feel and what happened and all that stuff. So, it is what it is. But I believe that a representative for Telltale Games had said that like due to market conditions, they had to let go of some of their team, and it was a painful decision for them and all that stuff. But there's probably more to the story than what we know, and 2023 has been a crazy year because there have been a lot of big games that came out this year, and it seems like there's been a lot of positive news in relation to like success of video games, like Diablo 4, Hogwarts Legacy. You had You had, Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16. We got so many high profile like video game releases this year, but at the same time, within the past couple of months, um, we had um, we had a lot of developers lay off employees, like from Epic Games to Embracer Group to Blizzard to BioWare to CD Project Red, and then we have like the video game strike that's supposed to be going on, and all this. It's I don't know. It's been a very like crazy year for 2023, full of exciting news, but at the same time, there's been devastating news as well. But I guess like the silver lining in all this in relation to Telltale Games is that The Wolf Among Us 2 is still going to be released next year, even though they're going to be working with a reduced staff. Um, I don't think the overall like release date is not expected to change. I mean, at least we're not expecting it to be pushed back to 2025, or we're at least hoping that's not the case. But yeah, I mean, The Wolf Among Us 2 is about a decade in the making, and I feel like the hype and all that is going to be one of the major things that is going to get people invested in this title once it comes out next year.